Welcome to the Dirty Bag Podcast. I'm your host, Cookie, and thanks for joining me today, y'all. I probably sound a little bit sad, and that's only because I'm facing the reality of a few things in the year 2023. Sound really good, but it's them, I've been a baddie my whole life, right? I've been a baddie my whole life. Okay, but before we even get into that, let me remind you guys, you audio listeners, I love y'all. We do have the YouTube. So make sure to subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Sometimes I'm cute. Today, I am giving every little bit of Kelly Bundy with this hair. I think it's cute. Y'all gonna let me know when we done. So it's February. It's the best month of the year. Happy Black History Month. I'm going to get into that because y'all been set tripping about this month and what it means for our culture. So run it back. I've been MIA for a little bit. You know how we talk about black not cracking? And I agree, it doesn't. I mean, every once in a while it does. But it may not crack, but your bones do. So I've been recently diagnosed with a condition in my right arm called calcific tendonitis. Layman's terms, girl, you getting old, your body's starting to fall apart. You can't just be whipping up shit like you used to. You need to stretch. Take some vitamins. Get some icy hot heating pad something. So I've had to face the reality of the fact that I am 40 and sometimes I feel 40. And I have to proceed with caution in my activities. Now, I don't know what that's going to mean for me sexually down the road because y'all know I've been a good girl for about a good year and some change now. But it hurts really bad. And I couldn't even get out of bed. Like when I tell y'all, the pain was so severe that I could not roll out of bed. This went on for about a week. So I got all the good old lady meds. I call them old lady meds. I've never been somebody that's had to really take anything before in my life. So to deal with the pain, Doc had to hook a girl up, kind of giving me a little crackhead energy. So there's that. I recently had to travel to Vegas, business shit, whatnot. Now, y'all, I've been to Vegas multiple times, okay? My Dirty 30, my 31, a few other trips. Like, Vegas historically, it's been my playground. But recently we had a situation. I'm not going to Vegas without something sexy. So I bring my regular stilettos, these are my boots, these my I'ma pull 'em boots, okay? And this is how you know you're getting old. When I got off my plane, my first thought was, you know where I want to go? I want to go to Ross. Now, before y'all drag me, I've been to Ross. I learned about Ross in Vegas. It was the first one I ever went to in life back in 2012. First of all, it is amazing. Ross is just fine all on its own. I wasn't thinking about what club I wanted to go to, restaurant. I said, this is probably the best Ross I'm ever going to have access to. I'm trying to go to Ross. So my first night, we all have a little dinner or whatnot. We enjoy ourselves. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get me something. I'm going to put my boots on, because I'm trying to be cute out here on the strip. And first of all, what I learned is these TikTokers are everywhere. They will TikTok anywhere. They will set up them tripods anywhere. It has to be a skill to get out in public and not give a damn who is watching you and bust out an 8 count. So I see these kids, whatever. I'm trying to speed past them because I'm not trying to get caught in nobody's shot. But the boots that I had on, and mind you, I get it, it's Vegas. I've walked with heels on before. Like, I live in heels. Or so I thought. I'm trying to get past these kids, y'all. This heel caves in on me. If anybody remembers the movie, I'm going to Get You Sucker. If you don't remember this movie, you probably too young to be subscribed to this podcast. But there's a character in this film who's been in prison since forever. He gets out. It's no longer the 70s, which is when he went in. So this man is walking down the street with his platform shoes that just happens to have basically a fish tank at the bottom. He's fishing this man's shoes. He flossing. He happy to be free. He doing his thing. And he starts getting laughed at. And he's trying to speed up to get out of being embarrassed. He's trying to, get off the sidewalk and get to his destination. And as he's speeding up, like the shoes bust and the fish come out, so he's running. He's embarrassed. That was me. These heels, one of the heels on this stiletto boot, my favorite boot, my ankles wasn't ankling, they gave out. And these kids saw it. Do I know if anybody recorded me? I pray to God I do not end up on TikTok. But that was the moment where I said, okay, I'm auntie. Because first of all, the only thing I'm used to on the Vegas Strip is being screamed at. Okay, I'm used to my cat calls. I think these kids probably thought about giving me some help. I don't think I've ever thought in my life that I would be humbled in Vegas, but I was. And it does not stop there. So I took my little Lizzo onesies. I'm traveling comfortably now. So there's that part. Shout out to Lizzo for the Yitty line, because it is everything. That line is everything. I got all her onesies. I'm in the airport, going through TSA, whatnot. And when you go through, some people set off something, so you got to be patted down. All right, cool. I don't know what y'all want. I'm wearing a whole onesie. I ain't got no pockets. When I tell y'all it was my gut that this broad decided she needed to pat down and make sure I wasn't carrying any. Bitch, I'm carrying calories. Don't play with me. But am I a little on the pudgy side right now? I am, y'all. I'm thick. We've talked about this. I feel as though I'm in my thick girl era. But when it's to the point where your gut is being mistaken for something illegal, that's probably my sign to get my ass back in the gym. It hurt my feelings. But I don't want to lose all my weight. I don't want to. And I'm going to tell you why. I got the booty I deserve. The butt I feel like I've always deserved that I never had in my younger years. I have it now. So I know you lose one, you got to lose the other one. So I'm torn between doing what I know to do and, resting in my thick girl era. I don't know nothing about that soft life. I don't know if it's for me, but this thick life. Oh, we besties. We like this. We like this. So yeah, Vegas was a trip that let me know that I'm in a new era of life and I need to figure out ways to embrace it. We'll see how that goes, because I'm not accepting any of that shit. Y'all got me fucked up. But speaking of accepting, I do want to speak about some growth. Y'all know a big thing about this podcast is talking about how certain curveballs get thrown at you in life. And sometimes they make you stronger. Sometimes they reveal things about you. The character development that comes through these situations. So I'm going to tell y'all, the end of 2022 really tried me. Like, we talking, how bad things happen in threes. Y'all, a few days before Christmas, my whole car got stolen. Like Dallas, y'all, wow, the kid boys got me. And I want to say 4 days after, we had that weather, Dallas is not equipped for cold. Like this city ain't learned nothing yet. Maybe it's Texas in general, but I live in Dallas. I can only speak to Dallas. The infrastructure to deal with anything below 70 degrees just ain't there. But the pipes froze, they burst. There was flooding in my crib. This was on Christmas. So again, we got a car theft and flooding. Not really bad, but it was bad enough. But when I tell y'all, my energy and my spirit really did not waver as far as having a peace of mind about it and accepting that these things happen. Maybe it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. Because truth be told, y'all, I hated my car. I only got it because moving to Dallas, I'm driving all these miles. So the shock of how much I was traveling and gas prices, it scared me into getting some bullshit I don't like. I'm a girl that likes luxury with my vehicles. Doesn't have to be a certain make or model, but I got a bad back. I like to be comfortable. I like a little sunroof. My forehead needs to breathe. It needs air. So I went out and got the vehicle that I really wanted. I really didn't even wait, y'all. I just assumed that the damn car was gone. And the way I looked at the flooding was, okay, this is time for you to, upgrade to something better, neighborhood and all. I looked at it as these things happen to elevate me to the next level in both areas. 3 years ago, I would have cried. I would have fell apart. Like, why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. Who would do this? No. I looked at it as, you know what? These are things that are out of my control. And I have to figure out a way to see the best in it. What can I take from this? And, oh God, the car was found a week later though. Dallas got some dumbass criminals. But again, the end of 2022, tried it. And I feel like the more you pass tests, it just means you're ready for the next level. I've failed the same test so many times. Not to mention around that time, little fuckboys start popping back up too. Now y'all know I've been a good girl. I've been wearing it on my sleeve that I ain't done nothing wrong. The thing is, when you're doing right, when you are focused, your Achilles heel, the thing that really just knocks you off your square is going to always pop up to see if you about what you say you about. And I got an 8 a.m. text too out of nowhere. And when I tell y'all I curved it, this happened to me twice. Actually, I want to say 3 days apart from 2 different people. Ladies, pass the test. Do I know what's ahead for me? Do I think my man or my happily ever after is around the corner? Girl, I don't know. I've been chilling. A man has not been my focus. Purpose has. Doing things that really make me happy has. But a man just really looking for one hasn't been in the cards. It would be a lovely surprise. But me passing those tests within that, again, this was all within 3 weeks of each other. It just means that I'm very excited for what's to come in 2023. Because a car theft, crib flooding, available dick. That's enough to take you down a different rabbit hole. I could have easily said, my car got stolen. I can't believe this is happening to me. Then the next thing you know, somebody consoling me out my drawers. Y'all know how they are. I did good. I'm really beginning to believe that things don't happen to you; they happen for you. Now don't hold me to that too much, because next week all hell might break loose, and then you never know. A bitch might be ready to go to war. I don't know. But ladies, hold fast. Pass the test, please. I want 2023 to be the year of I'm going to pass this test by any means necessary. Okay? All right? Y'all got to promise me. So there's that. We're going to be good and we're going to be excellent. And speaking of Black excellence, shout out to Beyoncé for kicking off Black History Month, finally giving us these damn tour dates. You've been trolling us, bitch. You did a $24 million concert. You giving us vocals that's got everybody yodeling in their iPhones on the internet. Y'all, leave it to be. Y'all about to sit up here and burst up. Y'all about to jack your vocal cords up trying to chase her. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You are talented in your own right. Leave the Beyoncé challenges alone. Let's just stop. But there was a lot of shaming. Now, mind y'all, these tickets have not dropped yet, but y'all, we quiet about so many things. People buying Jordans, these PPP loans that way too many of y'all were partaking in 2020. All of these things are fine. But when it comes to Beyoncé, one thing y'all gonna do is try to ruin a good time for folks. Y'all out here telling folks they ain't in the tax bracket to be a Beehive member. I don't even know what that means. Make sure you pay your bills for. I don't know nobody that I don't know anybody that's become homeless from going to a Beyoncé concert. It's a stretch, and I hope you got a chiropractor and a massage therapist with that reach, cause And then it's the assumption that everybody's broke. We got such a poverty mindset. We don't want to acknowledge the fact that there are some people that can afford to do the things they want to do. Baby, I live in Dallas. Do you know what a good wig costs here? We talking a good one with a solid install by somebody with a name behind them? You might pay a good $800 to $1,000. Easy. How many people talk about going for their second and third, fourth fat transfers? taking trips to Miami to go visit the chop shop. Tons. We live in a BBL culture now, and nobody talks about that. But when it comes to a damn Beyoncé concert ticket, y'all lose y'all mind. It's the end of the world. We going into a damn recession. And it's so goofy. So goofy. No matter what, no matter how broke I am or how much money I make, I've never worried about nobody's pockets. Y'all, I said this the other day. Y'all out here pocket watching like it's a profession. Like y'all getting PTO, like they're stock options. I said it before, baby, if y'all getting that much out of pocket watching, where do I sign up? I did not see that job posting on Indeed, but you know what? If they paying the way y'all working, y'all don't work on your regular 9 to 5s as hard as y'all have watching how people spend their money as it pertains to Beyonce, because y'all don't care about nothing else. Some people, guys, can afford to do things. And I'm going to repeat myself. If you are still with the same organization that was underpaying you during the Obama administration, that is your fault. That is on you. You cannot put that on anybody else if you can't afford to do the things you want to do. Now, I'm not speaking about those that are just struggling and trying to make ends meet. This ain't even a conversation. But those of y'all that just got all of this mouth, and the thing is, a lot of you know people that are fiscally responsible, but they just ain't got it. They're struggling. Paycheck to paycheck, they probably need opportunities for better jobs, and you don't lend a finger to help. So let's stop with this fake concern about people's finances when it comes to a damn concert, because you don't care what happens regardless to people. Stop that. Like, if you're not an advocate for wages, if you're not an advocate for affordable housing, be quiet. Rent is overpriced. Everything's overpriced. Go fight for that. Go fight for the cost of eggs. Not people enjoying a Beyoncé concert. Be a fighter. Jesus Christ. Y'all irk. Y'all irk. Speaking of fighting, guys, it is Black History Month. I made a statement last year. And I decided to revisit it this year. I thought we were past it, but we're not. There are people out here that really believe we should not be celebrating Black History Month. And it is us. Now, this goes back to the saying, all skin folk are not kinfolk. And it was astounding the number of people who made that comment who have no idea who Carter G. Woodson is. Literally the godfather of Black history, who gave us Negro History Week. Y'all out here talking about these white folks this, these white folks that, not knowing it was our own that brought the opportunity. Y'all ain't even researched why February was picked. Yes, it's a very short month, but it's significant to birthdays of two of our ancestors. I will leave that to y'all to look up, because folks can't do the work for y'all all the time. But yeah, people were just making statements like we don't need it. They tell so many lies about us. Why would we take a holiday from somebody that's tried to hide everything from us? Listen to me. It's so many of y'all that cannot name any historical figures outside of MLK, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, and Obama. Oh, and y'all know that there was the Black Panther Party, but you can't name 3 members. Or you're not even hip to the fact that women did a lot of the heavy lifting for that organization. I think at this point, a lot of folks like being contrarians. People just, you look at disagreeing and trying to play devil's advocate as some type of weird personality trait. And I think it's extremely odd. Ain't no flex in you trying to go against the grain. What I also noticed is that a lot of people that were making these comments, as I'm going to look at your content, I don't see nothing but inconsistent selfies, bad bars, bad outfits. If you're going to say we don't need a thing and that it is useless and it's doing nothing for our community, I'm going to make the assumption that you've taken it upon yourself to lead the charge in your capacity, in your circle, in your environment, to give us what we need, to give us the education that we're being robbed of. If you're going to say we don't need Black History Month, you better come with an alternative. You need to be able to show work that you are pouring into our community, that you are educating the youth, that you are doing something, that you have a leg to stand on. But that would be too much like right. And that's just, it's actually really unfortunate. But while we're talking about Black history, I will forever give a shout out to the original Ferguson Frontline for kicking off this whole movement for Black Lives in 2014. The group of people that are responsible for a lot of this whole woke movement and people standing up for Blackness and advocating in other areas. You literally would not be doing it without freedom fighters from St. Louis, Missouri. And disagreements aside and trauma and things that have happened to us in our relationships, I will always say I'm proud to have been a part of that group. And I make it known that, I'm always telling y'all about history as it's being rewritten already. We did that. Okay? We really did. One of my absolute favorite civil rights heroes, and I'll say this forever, is Elaine Brown. She held the highest position. She's the only woman to hold a high position with the Black Panther Party. She was literally Huey Newton's right hand. When he was in exile, she handled her business. If you've never read A Taste of Power, I highly suggest it. It's a hard read. Her story is, God, it's so painful. It's packed with resilience, but how she talks about the relationships with her father and how it translated over to men and even white men, those that she would eventually lean upon to get resources from during the Black Power movement. She's just absolutely amazing. And my bucket list is to have coffee with her. Elaine Brown is my girl. She truly is. So this is me checking in with y'all and just letting you know what's going on right now. It's been a lot. Your girl been injured. She been getting humbled. She's getting old. She's having to check y'all about Black history. As Black people, it is so very important for us to find ways to leave a legacy worthy of our children and our grandchildren desiring to pick up a torch and keep it going. And I'm not saying it's a specific thing. Like, y'all dog Beyoncé, but she did her thing. She's a beast. Her legacy is solidified. Do what you have to do. We all have a gift. We all got something inside of us that the world needs, that the culture needs. Spend a little less time tearing everything apart and figure out more ways to contribute. What is it that you can do in 2023 to contribute to our culture, to be memorable, to be magical? That's my call to action for y'all. And through it all, to be positive. So, with that being said, we're still in whatever we're in, y'all. Where applicable, wear your mask. Wash your hands, socially distance. When you get a free moment, please remember to mind your pockets. Take a moment to clean out your dirty bag. Till next time.